Tape Deck Media.
See you at the party, Richter!
Welcome to See You at the Potty, Richter. I'm Aaron Frescus. With me, as always, is Chris Chapman.
Oh, hey.
And we're also joined once again by guest Erica Shasky. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, welcome
Thanks,
back.
guys. Thanks.
By the way, Joe is currently... And he's not with us today. He's near the end of the game style thing. You know?
He's on his way to Hollywood.
No, I was going to say, he'll be here for the summary. Let's see, what time is it? It's 9:10. Yeah, so within the hour, he should be waking up in a cemetery or somewhere in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Try to find his way back. Sucker. How exciting for him. Anyway, this week we'll finally be finishing the production for Arnold's 1993 action comedy, Last Action Hero. And it only took about 6 months, which is
nice. That's not bad.
Standard.
How long did it take him to make the movie? What, 8 months?
Yeah.
Suckers.
Wait, 10 months.
Oh, shit.
I only know that because of a video we're going to watch later. But anyway, and this episode's going to be a little different, kind of like a hybrid episode, part production episode, but also kind of part bonus episode. Basically a production episode with bonus episode vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although it's all Last Action Hero adjacent. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's definitely related.
Yeah. Anyway, all we have left for the production portion of the episode are some promo videos that I have for us to watch. But first, Chris is going to tell us a little bit about an Arnold movie that we never got, possibly because of Last Action Hero. I don't know.
According to the people involved, it was pretty direct. But
Yeah. And what do you
We'll get
think?
to that.
That's my segue into giving it to Chris.
Sweet.
Sir.
So basically, what we're talking about here is all based on a podcast that came out because we like to let other people do our work for us.
Mhm.
This podcast came out in 2023. So in 2023, Conan O'Brien produced a 4-part podcast miniseries about the unproduced movie based on the Hans and Franz characters from Saturday Night Live. Published on the feed for his main podcast, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. The first episode was titled The Lost Hans and Franz Movie Episode 1, and it released on May 17th. He was joined by Dana Carvey and Kevin Nealon, the SNL cast members who created the characters as a parody of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and with Robert Smigel, the co-writer of the movie and the person who invited Conan to work on the script in the first place.
Who is Triumph?
Yeah. He also worked with Conan for a long time on his show.
Yeah.
So, Hans and Franz debuted on Saturday Night Live in 1987 and quickly became a pretty popular recurring sketch wherein Carvey and Nealon would play Arnold's less impressive cousins hosting a local public access TV show a la Wayne's World, where they mostly flex and insult any viewer who calls in, much the way we would do if we had any fans to interact with.
Okay, so it was always focused on Arnold.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into everything they talk about because it's 4 episodes worth of podcast, but they do talk about where the idea came from, which is just that Nealon was watching some entertainment show in his hotel one night while they were on tour, and it was just an interview with Arnold where he was talking about his nightly routine as he goes out on the town, and he just started doing an impression. And then he called Carvey. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he called Carvey and was doing the impression, and they both loved it. And so they just sort of tortured Dennis Miller for the rest of the tour with the impression.
Now, what tour? Do you know what tour this was?
I don't know. It was in 87.
So
they were on tour. They were doing a stand-up tour.
Okay. With Dennis
Miller.
Interesting.
I do like one detail there, which is that Nealon says his impression is all about precision and positivity. That's how you do an Arnold impression.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the cadence of his and the.
I mean, that's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, with positivity, you're being positive about yourself? Because
just general positivity, just he's always enthusiastic about stuff.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Also, 1987, that would have been Predator, right? Predator?
Was it?
I think so. I think that was Predator.
I'm bad
and
with years
The Running
before
Man.
I was born.
Both. That was sometime in between those two.
Got it. Yeah. So sometime around 1991, after the sketch had already gotten super popular, Smigel and Nealon began writing a movie that would eventually come to be titled Hans and Franz, The Girly Man Dilemma. After working out a rough draft of the script, Smigel brought O'Brien on board to help write the movie. So Nealon, Carvey, and Smigel were working on the script from an office on the Sony lot, and O'Brien would basically join them whenever he wasn't busy with his main job writing on The Simpsons.
Okay, so this was before the Late Show.
Yeah, in 91. So
Okay,
this was, he had left SNL already,
Yeah.
but he was working on The Simpsons, and he doesn't get his talk show until 93.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, some quick details about the film. We're also going to go through the basic plot of it, but I just want to do some quick details about the film as it was written, because obviously we don't know what would have been changed during production. This is all just based on the screenplay. Arnold was not to have just a cameo. He was actually like a super significant character in the movie with a ton of screen time, which they kind of marvel at in the podcast. Like, why the fuck did we write it that way?
Just
why did we write a movie that depends on
yeah.
him like being in a ton of the movie? Yeah. But it was to be a musical because, as Robert Smigel put it, that'll kill like 25 minutes. He said when
true.
Neal had first brought him the idea for the movie, he was like, that's a terrible idea. Like, what the fuck are you going to do with these two-dimensional characters? So let's make it a musical and kill some time.
Yeah, I was watching a sketch earlier, and I was like, I don't know how. I feel like I would get annoyed with this if it was like 90 minutes
Yeah.
long. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure it ends up being fine because you can make the characters a little more like flesh out the characters more, because like you would think the same thing about
Wayne's World.
Well, Wayne's World, but the one I was thinking of was the Roxbury guys.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's even less there to work with.
Exactly,
in the
and
first place.
I wouldn't call that movie good, but I mean it's entertaining.
Yeah, it's like fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Yeah. And then it was just like, again, they kind of marvel at this because, but basically they were like, hey, if we get Arnold to do this, we can ask anybody to be in it. And so it was like chock full of cameos. It was like Rob Lowe, Roger Ebert, Bob Saget, John Ritter, Jack LaLanne, and a bunch of other people.
They were just written in as interesting.
Yeah. So he says at one point in the podcast, like, normally in a script, you would put in like a person like this famous person,
type.
you know, this type of person. But in this script, we just wrote all these famous people into it because we figured, look, if we get Arnold, we'll get anybody who we ask.
Who was saying
for.
that?
That was Conan mainly.
Okay.
Yeah. So now I'm just going to take us through the plot, or at least as much of the plot as we really get in the podcast. They don't read the entire script. They just read through like selected scenes from
Like scenes they
various
like,
parts of the
basically?
movie. Yeah, essentially.
Gotcha.
What they think are probably the funniest parts. So the movie begins with Hans and Franz losing their TV show after making some disparaging comments about the physique of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So a strong start. Not sure what to do next, the pair head to Little Austria to live like in the old country, but their grandmama suggests that they follow the example of their cousin Arnold, so they set out for the 3,000-mile journey to Hollywood on a tandem bicycle.
Oh, it was Little Austria in New York.
It was in New York. I'm actually not sure technically where they start, but I think it's New York.
I did read that to where it was like Little Austria, but there were like hills and stuff like this, or like they said in an article.
They didn't say too much about it, except that like basically everyone in Little Austria was a fucking weightlifter. Like everyone's super jacked and huge, and everybody in like the old country in Austria is super jacked and huge. The pair montage their way across the country and eventually make it to Los Angeles. After struggling for a bit to find their famous cousin, they eventually tackle Arnold at a movie premiere, and he has to bail him out of jail as a result.
Nice.
He invites the pair to stay at his mansion while they get on their feet. All the while, we are seeing Hans and Franz's friend from Little Austria, Rolf, who was to be played by Dolph Lundgren, working with a mysterious dark figure to kidnap the nation's quote-unquote girly men.
Why exactly do they want to kidnap the girly men? Like, for what
so
purpose?
Rolf is just like, there's like this mysterious bad guy who's just evil. Like there's a so the main plot is Rolf and this mysterious bad guy want to kidnap all of the girly men, which we don't really find out why until later. And then there's just this little thing where the mysterious person keeps getting, and make sure you hurt the environment. Just like he said it's just because that seemed to always pop up in movies that the bad guys were just doing something bad to the environment. So now we're
say who they wanted for the.
Yeah, eventually.
Okay.
So back with Hans, Franz, and Arnold, we're given a tour of Schwarzenegger's mansion, where every design element or decoration is an ode to physical fitness.
I mean,
like,
so just basically his place.
well, but like way, way more sillier.
Gotcha.
Like the gate is a pair of flexed arms and they flex
gotcha.
to open. The staircase is just a bunch of Stairmasters all stitched together.
Oh, that's funny.
So just an exaggerated.
Yeah. And then there's an especially funny scene that they all love where he goes, where they basically ask Arnold where the bathroom is, and he goes, "You head down to the bicep, take a left at the buttock," because just everything's a muscle.
So, sorry, quick question.
Yeah.
So this person that are you not supposed to see this main bad guy?
No, he's like in the dark.
Okay, so it's like
It's a reveal at the end of the movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So eventually Arnold leads them to a giant pair of buttocks that separates to reveal the secret war room, where several teams of people are doing research on the best career moves, inventing new exercises to better target specific muscles, and most importantly, an experimental anabolic cracker that will let anyone become obscenely bulky without any dangerous side effects.
Oh.
So after we see the cousins bonding with Arnold for a bit, we cut to Beverly Hills as several famous girly men are abducted by muscle-bound goons. So that's like John Ritter and Bob Saget and like all those people. News reports make a connection between the crime spree and Hans and Franz, since they so frequently use the term girly man on their show, which was canceled right before all the kidnapping started. As Arnold is trying to help his cousins avoid jail, it's discovered that someone has stolen Arnold's experimental crackers. Hans and Franz take him back to the screening room where Ebert is reviewing the movie.
What movie?
Didn't I put that in? Maybe I didn't put that in. Shit. Sorry. I missed that part. So at the beginning of when they're montaging their way out to Hollywood,
Yeah.
They at one point just drop in on Ebert, who is literally in his screening room reviewing the movie as it's happening.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so eventually they go back there, but they find out that Ebert has been girly napped as well. We see Ebert is being tormented by exercise equipment as Rolf and the mysterious bad guy explain their plan to feed Arnold's crackers to all the girly men and then reveal them to the world at the Mr. Little Austria contest.
I'm really curious if I might look it up for a second. If Roger Ebert actually like.
No, they never gave the script to Ebert.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
They said? Oh, okay.
No, they make a big point of how, like, Jesus Christ, the script is insanely insulting to Ebert. How the fuck were we ever going to get him to be in this movie? Because it gets really bad.
Okay. I was curious because I was like, did he, like,
I mean, he has a sense of humor, but
yeah.
But I don't know. Like, again, you should go listen to the podcast because it gets really bad.
Okay. Oh, I will. But yeah.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. So, seeing all this on Ebert's screen, they're basically watching the movie as it's happening. Arnold warns Hans and Franz that the crackers are still experimental and will cause horrible side effects in 72 hours. So he gives them the antidote that comes in the form of Cheese Whiz and and sends them off to Little Austria. They arrive and attempt to infiltrate the bad guy's lair by posing poorly as girly men. They do get abducted, but Rolf reveals that he immediately recognized them and hooks them up to his flabosuction machine, which will suck the flab right out of Roger Ebert and insert it into them.
Jesus. Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So Arnold saves them at the last minute, and they all climb into his Humvee and head to the Little Austria town square to stop the pumped-up girly men from terrorizing the town. Pumped-up girly men like Orville Redenbacher and John Ritter. Was Orville Redenbacher alive?
I mean, he made
In the
commercials. He made
Or in the early 90s?
He made commercials in the. I remember commercials from the early 90s.
Okay.
But
I wasn't sure if they were just going to have somebody dress up like him or if he
Yeah, I
was
was like, was it
alive.
actually him? It's like a bunch of different people dressing up as the Colonel.
Yeah. Let's see.
Died in 95.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he was still alive.
It's his final appearance.
Yeah. So they go stop all the the roided out girly men from terrorizing the town. I thought it was funny that they specifically never say the word steroids, even though that's clearly like what they are.
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting. I assume that's so that Arnold would like do the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, so Arnold kind of moralizes to the citizens of Little Austria, explaining that the world needs girly men and muscle men to live in harmony. When he is suddenly attacked by Rolf, Rolf and Arnold trade some bad one-liners before Arnold wins pretty easily. The mysterious bad guy appears and starts terrorizing the town again until there's like a Wizard of Oz style reveal that the bad guy is famed fitness guru Jack LaLanne.
Okay.
Who takes Grandmama hostage to protect himself.
Is Grandmama supposed to be played by someone?
Grandmama puts up a fight, but he takes her down with a kick to the groin, which is funny because now's a good time to reveal that Grandmama is just Arnold in a wig. Oh. He plays his own grandma. So they were just going to put him in an old lady wig and have him play his own grandmother.
I thought it was going to be somebody like, what was her name? Like Cloris
Leachman?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be somebody like that.
Sense. But everybody's got to be jacked. Let's see. So, an enraged Arnold shoots LaLanne in the head with a shotgun, but he's revealed to be T-1000 style liquid metal as his head reforms.
Oh, my
He takes his throne, actually a stair-stepper machine, and demands the crowd bow to him, but Franz is able to turn the speed all the way up, destroying LaLanne in like a very complicated way that doesn't really make any sense. The film ends with a musical number titled Brotherhood of Man and Girly Man, which is the only song they actually sing in the podcast. Huh. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much the movie. It's a lot funnier than it sounds when they actually go through the script. Some of my favorite jokes are the Roger Ebert bit in the beginning I found really funny. So Hans and Franz, they're making their way across the country. They eventually stop in and are like bugging Ebert as he's reviewing the movie.
Yeah.
And they won't leave him alone. And they're like, it's a pretty good movie, huh? It's a pretty good movie. And he eventually is like, guys, I really got to get on with this. Can you please leave me alone? And then after they leave, he turns direct to camera and goes, it is good. They ride a tandem bike all the way to LA, but they keep picking people up. So every time they pick somebody up that goes with them to LA, the tandem bike grows an extra seat and an extra wheel until they have 10 people on it. And then when they get to LA, he like pulls a pin out and all the people on the back turn into unicycles and just go riding off.
So that's funny.
Sounds
very weird.
Yeah. It's super
absurd.
Absurd and surreal. And then just like Orville Redenbacher as a super jacked like monster man, I thought was really funny. and then part of the resolution at the end is Arnold flexing his pecs so fast that he starts flying like a helicopter. Yeah, but yeah, I also brought a few videos that relate directly to Last Action Hero because Smigel claims that there was some initial interest from Arnold that sparked the idea, as he had come on SNL for the Hans and Franz sketch at least once. I think Carvey says it might have been twice, but
it was twice.
It was twice?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was once when DeVito was host, and there was one other. I know it was twice because I've watched two of them. I can't remember what the other one. The other one was a cold open.
Got it. So Carvey remembers him being really delighted by it and super into it, but neither Dana Carvey nor Kevin Nealon say outright that Schwarzenegger like directly asked for the movie or anything.
Yeah.
But again, Smigel says that he heard from somebody that Arnold had actual direct interest in this movie. But by the time the script got to anybody official, Arnold had basically already decided to pass due to Last Action Hero's reception.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean they wrote it in 91, and he had both Junior and Last Action Hero in development.
Oh, he already
they were both in development, but by the time they were like done with the script and like ready to give it to somebody, Last Action Hero had already come out and kind of.
So it would have had to. Well, I mean, those movies came out in the same year, which we found out. I don't think he did anything for 95.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess he would have been making. I'm sure he was making because he came out with two in 90. The 96 was Eraser and.
Batman and Robin?
No, Jingle All the Way.
Right.
And then Batman Forever, or Batman and Robin, I think was 97.
Yeah.
7?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm curious which one he wouldn't have. If Last Action Hero would have done well, I'm curious which one of those
he would have pushed.
He would have, or like just wouldn't have accepted.
Yeah.
Because didn't we say something like, oh, that was something with The Rock too, like.
Oh.
If he did The Rock, then he wouldn't have done Eraser. Then
yeah, that's true. All right, so I have a few short videos here. One of them's just funny. I like watching it, and the other two are directly related to Last Action Hero.
Okay.
So this first one is just when Arnold surprises the whole cast and comes in to read his own part.
Interesting.
Of course, Hans and Franz will be played by, appropriately,
Franz.
by Hans and Franz, Dana and Kevin. And Robert, you will be playing the part of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Is that
We
right?
didn't get Arnold?
What's that?
No, Arnold's here.
Yeah. We
Would you like to meet Arnold?
We couldn't.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Wow!
What an honor.
Arnold just walked in. This is incredible.
Honor to be part of this. Finally, it's a Conan O'Brien meets a human friend podcast.
Arnold, amazing that you would just wander in without even being invited.
You're amazing that I would just wander in.
So animated.
I just really like that part because I really like the clutch cargo.
Yeah. It's. I actually thought it was going to be Arnold coming in.
Nope.
But oh, by the way, that wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was Robert Schmeigel doing Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think they could tell. Pretty sure.
You know, the whole time I was watching it, I was like, oh, when does he come in and surprise him?
Okay. And then these next two are actually directly related to Last Action Hero.
Cool.
This first one is a recollection of the pitch meeting with Arnold that took place at his restaurant Schatzi's in the early 90s.
Because we did have a meeting with Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
We all went, and I remember there was some other people there too, obviously, some agents and...
Normally you'd have Austrian
Parasites.
friends around, like
Yeah.
big, burly, blonde
really?
guys. Yeah,
In this case, it was just agents and things.
Yeah, and I didn't remember having any interaction with them other than, hi, fellas. I mean, I think he talked
we
to you
sat
guys.
at a table.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
sat at a table,
Yeah.
but I'm saying...
Do you remember?
I remember him
I
talking
remember
about
the
Junior.
first thing he said.
What?
You guys have gone crazy with the Parex, giant Parex opening and closing. I remember he went to
So he
that
had
part,
read it. He had read it.
or at least enough of it, but he mentioned that.
Once he got
Parex-
it,
He was excited at that point, and then he was just telling us about his other projects. And I'm gonna be I play a pregnant guy, and it's really touching and heartwarming, because I go through and I understand what women go through, and
Comedy is because a man, traditionally doesn't have a belly from being pregnant. But you see a
Because
man
I
with
like that he gets into it because a man doesn't have a uterus.
you see,
He does not have
he has a
ovaries or
penis.
uterus.
You know the thing that you use to urinate.
Yeah.
That's what women don't have. That. Men only.
And then he brought out a diagram. That was weird. He
Let me
showed
tell
it.
you something. I'm the only man who's pregnant that has a six-pack over the belly of the little child. Even the child has a six-pack inside.
My six-pack would crush the child.
any chance Arnold like this?
I mean, he does do that. So-
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so but basically what they're talking about there is they had a meeting with him at Schatzi's.
Yeah. I think they mentioned this in the episode that they end up talking the first time they mentioned it, which
okay.
I don't remember who was the guest. It might have been Dana Carvey.
I think it was Dana Carvey because Kevin Nealon never talks about anything.
But I think it was when Dana Carvey they talk about it. I think Lauren Michaels was there too. Maybe I can't remember.
I don't think that was the Conan podcast.
That was definitely the Conan. No. Sorry, he was at the meeting. Maybe I
I
can't
don't know.
remember.
Yeah,
like it was a few years ago when I listened to it, but I'm pretty sure that they've talked about like when they're meeting with them, but they didn't go into as much detail.
Yeah, gotcha.
Oh yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say is as far as like him explaining stuff like that because he does that all the time.
Yeah,
and
so that I think that's kind of what Nealon's talking about when he says precision. He says the
precision.
Like he explains everything too much and like is like overly detailed about everything.
Well, he does do that, but like he does it with his movies, and I always have to stop myself from like, okay, well, this is great. Like this is a great clip because like all he's doing is describing the movie, but he's like
exactly.
But then like he does a lot of spoilers. Like
he does. He just
he just says
I think he basically just says how they pitched him the movie. You know what I mean? Like he just gives the pitch back to you when you ask him about any movie. Yeah,
like he does what my grandpa does when when I ask him how the movie was. Like I think it was The Town, that Ben Affleck movie, which I'm sure I mentioned this to you before. I know I mentioned it to Erica because I was like, he mentioned that he went and watched the movie, and I was like, oh yeah, you watched The Town. He's like, I asked him how was it. He's like, they end up. I can't remember. Like they end up doing like there's a robbery, and then at the end, like have you seen this? I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
I haven't seen it.
If you haven't seen it by now,
yeah, exactly.
He ends up betraying. I can't remember how it ends, but he ends up betraying someone and they get away. I was like, okay. Well, I know how the town ends now.
Just like straight up told you,
exactly.
like with no regard for.
I was, and he didn't do it on purpose. It was just like, that's what happened in the movie.
Describing the movie.
I was like, all right, okay, well,
to understand how I feel about the movie, you have to know what happens.
Exactly. But yeah, the same way, and I've seen the way Arnold Schwarzenegger explains movies. Like I watched a few interviews for Sabotage when I was trying to find stuff now. And I remember watching it before, and I was like, he just ruined the whole like part of the movie. Like one of the twists, I can't remember what.
Just completely gave it away.
That was the same with Terminator 3 when you were watching. Like he was doing the commentary and he's just explaining what the scene is.
Yes.
He's not talking
he does
about
that too.
Yeah, he does that a lot on the any sort of like the director's commentary. Just and this is the scene where I do this and I'm doing this, but it's like this.
To be fair, if you're just sitting there having to do a commentary track,
especially by yourself,
you just got to fill 2 hours.
Yeah,
man.
especially by yourself, like that's awkward by yourself.
Yeah, really awkward.
Yeah, but you could be like, oh, I remember like this or that, or I remember it was really cold this night, or like something, I don't know.
The weirdest part of that is that commentary track was filled with all the actors and I think the director too, but all the actors. So they could have not included that because it's all the actors doing it separately. So like they could have just not included the part where Arnold Schwarzenegger just describes the scene that's going on. But maybe like if if it's his scene and no one else is in the scene and like. They're like, I don't know. This is It just put in Arnold.
What we got for this scene.
Yeah, describing the scene, I guess.
Okay, and then the next clip, the last clip, is actually where they talk about hearing that Arnold would not be moving forward with the project and the reasons that they were given as to why he had made the decision.
Gotcha.
At what point do you want to talk about why the movie didn't get made?
Well, one thing, I'll start the conversation with this, is that I was naive, personally, and found out later, maybe from the late, great Brad Gray, he's got like 10 things at all times. So, he has multiple projects.
Well,
but I didn't really realize how, we were not necessarily on the top of the list, but we might have got made. But I was probably thinking more like maybe had 2 projects or 3.
Well, what I like to do too is I have like 5 projects lined up for myself, and what I do is it depends on what I'm looking for.
We're not talking about yard work.
Is this one of your projects right now?
No, it's raking leaves and shoveling.
This doesn't count as a project. I'm screwed.
But in retrospect, isn't it? I mean, there are other reasons too. But he always movie stars, huge movie stars like The Rock, doesn't have like just two things.
No, but I remember a specific phone call that like I got to talk to was there a guy named Lou? Do you guys, anybody
remember?
Like his manager was named Lou.
I think that's...
And the guy tells me that because while we were waiting, Last Action Hero came out and kind of bombed. And Last Action Hero, he didn't play himself, but he played, it was a tongue-in-cheek
He parodied himself as an action hero.
As an action hero. And Lou basically said that Arnold, it was almost like, this proves the law that you can't do yourself. I'll never do myself in the movie again.
Right.
That was
Last
the
Action
lesson that he took from that.
At the time, we heard that because Last Action Hero came out, I don't know if it came out while we were writing it. I think it came out.
He was
a while
developing that then while he was talking to us about this script.
Yes, he was.
So it
that
seems like it was an and/or. If we'd gotten to it first, maybe it would have got made. Then we would have been, you never make fun of yourself. After 30 minutes.
Or if ours had been a hit, then he would have just, you always make fun of yourself.
You only make fun of yourself.
I play myself every time.
There must be buttock stores in every movie I make.
He really was. He was the biggest.
So that's pretty much as far as that goes. But that seems to be, at least from their recollection, the main thing that happened is they wrote the movie. They were kind of trying to get everything ready for it, and then Last Action Hero came out, and he was basically like, "All right, no more like parodies, no more like comedies, no more being meta or anything like that."
That sucks.
Yeah. So
who wrote a majority of that script? Was it Robert Smigel or was it?
So the way they said it happened is that Smigel and Nealon did like the first draft.
Okay.
At some point, Smigel says, "Hey, we should bring Conan in on this." So they call him. He says, "Yeah, I'll do it." They're all technically writing. They do talk about at one point, like they had that they had a hotel room they were working out of, and they were working on the Sony lot, where they would all show up like on certain days and just sit there and try and hash out the script. But also Smigel at the beginning of the podcast really says like, we had a version of it, and then Conan came in and really worked on the second half. Like the second half was a lot of Conan jokes, a lot of Conan's ideas.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much that's true or how, or if Smigel's just being nice or what, but yeah, that seems to be the majority of how it went. But,
Okay.
yeah. That's pretty much the podcast. You should definitely go listen to it. It's very funny.
I
And
will.
The plot and like the script stuff that they read is way funnier than it was in my description. But yeah,
Sounds funny.
Yeah.
Especially that Martin Luther King
I really
thing,
like
which-
it. It's super absurd, and that's what I really like about it. It's like
So it's like
it's like Wayne's World, but like way more surreal.
yeah, which makes sense because like between Conan and Smigel, like
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
how they write.
now I'm curious. See, this is how I get stuck in like rabbit hole stuff because I'm curious now. Like there's no way that Conan wouldn't have taken late night. He just would have stopped working on the movie. But like
Yeah,
as far as the other, like mostly Robert Smigel, but like I don't know when Dana Carvey left SNL. I don't know when Kevin Nealon. I think Kevin Nealon was still on Saturday Night Live.
in
wasn't he?
'93, I think. Yeah, he was still on.
But was Dana
On.
Carvey still on there?
No, I
don't-
think Carvey left in '91.
Okay.
I did
left in
some research.
91?
I think I did some research into it, and I can't fully remember, but I think he left in '91.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's way earlier than I
I
thought.
think it was '91 or '92, and I think Nealon was there until like '94.
See, this is how I get stuck doing like stuff that I'm like, you spend way too much time on this. But I can, but now I can tell you exactly what they were doing at the time.
You know what? Now I think I'm totally wrong. I think
What?
I remember reading in Carvey's Wikipedia that he took off in '94 and then came back fall of '94 to host.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So
I think I'm wrong about that.
It was so after both Wayne's Worlds.
Yeah. But what are you wondering? Like if he's
No, like just what they were doing at the time. Like they were doing at the time when the movie would have started
okay.
getting like going
was
whatever.
going. Yeah.
Which
I mean, he was what, like about to shoot Wayne's World? Wayne's World was 92?
92, and I'm assuming 93 or 94. I know
Yeah,
it was
I think
like,
it was 94.
But on top of that, who even knows if they would have, like when it would have gotten made because
Yeah, again.
because Schwarzenegger was so busy.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like that wouldn't have gotten made till like 95. Because in
Yeah.
93, he still had not like fully signed up for it. They were obviously still trying to like get him on
Lock
board.
it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it would have been something like the thing instead of
Oh man,
Jingle All the Way.
they'd have had to recast Orville Redenbacher. He would have died right before they made the movie. They do talk about it. Again, I shouldn't ruin the podcast, but they do spend a significant amount of time talking about how basically every cameo in the on the movie is dead.
That's not
It's
funny.
John
so-
Ritter, Roger
Jack
Ebert, Jack LaLanne,
Yeah,
Orville Redenbacher, like just everybody. Sonny Bono was in it.
their script killed everybody.
Yep.
Okay. Before we check out the promo videos, there was one thing that I left out of the post-production stuff that I was going to include when we did the summary, but it's going to take like at least a few minutes, and I didn't want to completely derail the summary because we already do that enough as it is.
Got it.
But yeah, so I guess a couple months after Last Action Hero was released, there was like this big hullabaloo around Hollywood about Heidi Fleiss.
Oh, okay.
You remember who that is, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I'm vaguely aware of who she is.
So she was a Hollywood madam, like one of the top ones.
Mm.
And all of Hollywood was basically worried because she had a list. She had a list.
Okay. So they were
like
implying it's like an Epstein situation where she had dirt on everybody?
Yes. So she
Okay.
had like an address book or whatever, like a list of her clients.
I see.
Client list.
Okay.
Yeah.
A black book, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. So the reason I was going to wait till the summary to go over all this like Heidi Fleiss stuff is because it sort of has a connection to the movie, kind of, barely. Because apparently there were unsubstantiated rumors at the time that were being tossed around by some members of the media that a couple of scenes in Last Action Hero actually included call girls that were hired from Fleiss.
What?
Right.
Yeah. And I think one of those scenes mentioned was the Blockbuster video scene.
Oh.
And then I think the other possible scene took place at the end of that car chase shootout sequence that's happening when Danny first gets like pulled into the movie. And you know how like at the end of that sequence, the bad guys, their car crashes through a building and all those like half naked girls are in there.
Oh yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's that part.
Right after they play chicken in the alley.
Yes, exactly. Right after that. Supposedly it's like some of the girls were in that scene.
Oh, right. They played the models?
Supposedly.
Gotcha.
Although, like I said, those rumors were never confirmed or proven or anything. They're just completely like the media was just making guesses, I think.
Oh, okay.
And it became like this big thing because like, so basically she got arrested in June of 93, like June 9th, 1993 on 3 charges, which were felony pimping, pandering, and possession of cocaine for sale.
Got it.
But I guess her arrest didn't really become a big news story until like 2 months later when a couple of things happened, which the first one was an LA Times article published on August 1st, 1993 that was basically a profile of her and how she became like one of the top madams for the like Hollywood elite and then like super rich businessmen as well.
Yeah.
So just like a high profile madam, I guess. I don't know. But the article doesn't really name names except for ones that had already been leaked. Like producer Robert Evans, you know who that is?
Yeah. He was involved in The Godfather and stuff like that.
Yeah. Who said he hadn't spoken to her for a while. And then Billy Idol, who said he'd met her before, but he didn't really know her very well. Plus, like, Billy Idol doesn't, basically their statement was, Billy Idol doesn't pay for sex. Come on.
They got him there.
There's actually a good quote from one of the guys the LA Times reached out to, and his name's Bob Crow, who was an heir to a real estate empire, who told them, quote, "We knew each other pretty well. Frankly, I had a little romantic interest in Heidi at one time, but she is sort of a businesswoman." He then added, "I haven't seen her in months. I got to skedaddle now." And that's in there.
I got to skedaddle now?
Yep. And that just made me laugh that they included the "I got to skedaddle now" as part of the quote, but maybe just because he like it was like trying to show that he's like wants to not talk to them. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway. But yeah, so besides those few people, the article just mentions that Fleiss's clients included studio executives that had paid her with movie development funds. And a big name producer whose thing was shitting on women.
Jesus Christ.
And there's a couple more, but but since the LA Times had no concrete evidence that these were actual clients, no names were given in the article. Although you did have Heidi Fleiss was threatening to release names from her like black book is what she called it.
Yeah.
And I guess after she was arrested, she even told Variety that she would spill the beans to any publisher that met her $1 million price tag. But still at this point, no names besides the ones that were already leaked had been mentioned.
Yeah.
So 2 days later, on August 3rd, Columbia's president of worldwide production, Michael Nathanson, released a statement through his lawyer denying rumors that he'd used development money to pay for call girls. In order to get ahead of that, possible bad news that might be coming.
Yeah.
So he basically said, "I did not have relations with that woman."
Yeah, pretty much.
Before anybody said he even had.
Yeah. My favorite part of the statement was when he says, quote, "It's time he confronted the rumors, put them to bed, and get on with his life." I mean, come on, he's married now. Why would he need to pay for hookers? That the last part was made up by me, but the rest of it, yes. No, he wants to move on with his life.
Not the only thing you got to put to bed.
His children?
Yeah.
But yeah, so for some reason this didn't this kind of just fueled the rumors that he was one of Fleiss's clients. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, especially because the stupidest part is this jackass did this and he wasn't on anyone's radar as far as being connected to her.
Yeah. Nobody knew your name.
Exactly. Like a book that I read, the Hit and Run book by Nancy Griffin, he wasn't a name, and like executives, they don't know their fucking names.
Yeah, of course.
Until he did this. And then
not to mention there's got to be other names on that list who would far outshadow or outshine.
Well,
like nobody's going to be paying attention to his name if they release the list.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you got a producer that likes shitting on women. So
yeah, exactly.
What's his name again?
Michael Nathanson? Why?
I had already forgotten it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was just weird because it was like you didn't need to do that, but I guess I get why he did it, but by the way, he did all this without telling anyone at Columbia about it, and they were understandably pissed. Which is why they ended up conducting an internal investigation, which is what I think they leaked it to the press, that they were conducting an internal investigation to find out if any funds were used for like pretty much what he was being accused of.
Yeah. Gotcha. Or What he said he was about to be accused of.
Yes, exactly. By the way, Heidi Fleiss denied rumors that he did it. He was even a client. Like she said that in a couple different, in that same article, like the day after he announced it, because the LA Times article that I read was the day after. But it didn't help that Nathanson had been friends with Fleiss's former boyfriend, whose name is Ivan Nagy, for like 10 years. Like Fleiss and Nagy even attended a party that Nathanson was throwing or something like that, where they were like obviously out of place because it was a bunch of like executive Hollywood types.
Yeah.
It also didn't help that he had kind of sort of inadvertently hired Nagy as a producer for Columbia. I guess he made a deal with Nathanson made a deal with a dude named Brad Wyman to produce movies for Columbia, and Wyman's partner just happened to be Ivan Nagy. Apparently there was a rumor, apparently the rumor was that Nathanson had allegedly compensated Nagy with the production deal in exchange for Nagy providing Columbia with call girls and drugs.
Jesus.
So that's what he was trying to get ahead of. So there was one more. There was Barry Josephson, who was, I think, the only one that was single. So, I guess, that's better.
Yeah, sure.
So there was a photo that was released by, I guess Nagy released leaked a photo to, I think, the New York Post. But it was of Heidi Fleiss's like book, and it had Barry Josephson's name and number in there, and then it also had written misspelled up top. I think it was Cantin. With the question mark. Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
And this doesn't mean that the other Columbia executives weren't aware of what was going on, because according to the Nancy Griffin book, although they were not actually clients of Fleiss, it seems like pretty much most of the Columbia's top executives were at very least partaking in the festivities with these ladies of the night.
Yeah.
Including Mark Canton and John Peters, who were both married. And John Peters apparently was like a huge, which I know we haven't mentioned before, but like, he worked, he wasn't working there at the time, but I know he was working, he was like an executive at Columbia.
Oh, okay.
John Peters is the guy that did Batman and
he did lots of stuff.
The guy that loves really wants a spider in something.
Yeah, exactly. That Kevin Smith tells that story about.
Yeah,
that he just has to have a robot spider and
exactly
and stuff.
So yeah, Nathanson was replaced as president of production about a week later by Jim Henson's daughter, which I just found it to be interesting. Her name is Lisa Henson, and was given another executive position at the studio.
So he got replaced by that position, but was still given a position.
Yes,
like he wasn't kicked out or anything.
What are you talking about? He's a white guy. Of course not.
Right.
Exactly. By the way, Charlie Sheen was one of her like well-known clients. Who else was on that? There was so Don Simpson. Have you ever heard that name?
Yeah, it's Simpson and Bruckheimer.
Exactly. So he ended up dying in like 97, I think. I looked it up today. And from like a massive heart attack from a cocaine overdose.
Jesus, yeah.
I read a profile on like some article, and the guy fucking just went hard, partied.
Yeah. He was mostly cocaine by the end of his career.
Just made out of cocaine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he was his partner at one time. Is it just called Jerry Bruckheimer, like his production studio?
Oh, yeah, I think it's just Bruckheimer now.
Okay. Yeah. But so he produced a bunch of bigger movies, including Top Gun, Beverly Hills Cop, Bad Boys, and The Rock. Yeah. Anyway, but apparently he helped her pay for her legal bills. So he's definitely a client.
Yeah.
And then, so what happened was there was another Columbia producer named Steve Roth.
Uh-huh.
He was hired by Columbia, and he had a deal with them.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to renew his contract or whatever because it was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, I think he said he was a client or he used her services, which means he's a client because he ends up admitting it in, I think, the book I read in a couple of like an article or whatever. Yeah. He basically says, yes, I was a client, but I did not use company money for that.
Mm-hmm.
So he was a producer on Last Action Hero, and he's actually the one that found the movie and brought it to Columbia.
Oh, okay.
But they pretty much pushed him out right away because Mark Canton wanted all the glory for himself or whatever. So he pretty much got pushed out and it was like a name only thing. He was like barely ever on set or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But they threw him under the bus.
Jeez.
Which just fucking sucks for career wise. But
yeah.
So yeah, anyway, like I said, nothing came of this internal investigation. Like they never reported what they found,
mm-hmm.
especially because the buzz died down right around the time a news story popped up when people figured out that Michael Jackson really likes kids. Allegedly, really likes kids. Sorry. Anyway, so want to move on? Check out some promo videos,
Yeah.
Okay, so I couldn't really find many good ones from Last Action Heroes release, so a few of these are from random years, but they mostly take place in the 90s. I don't know. And also, I have so many videos that I've almost kind of given up on doing deep searches on for new ones because I have over 100 videos in just my YouTube watch later list, but we only have like 8 movies left. So there are probably going to be a lot of random ones just throwing in there because I'm fucking like, this is my least favorite part of the whole thing because I have to sit there and watch videos and it's always the same thing over and over again when I'm watching videos for the movie. Because they're just repeating the same answers over and over again.
Yeah.
Because it's just a bunch of press junket videos, especially the newer like you get, the more you find the same thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, I know. And I'm just sitting there waiting for like some sort of gem out of like,
exactly.
where like
something spontaneous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But otherwise it's just, I don't know. Anyway, most of these are from the early 90s. The first one we're going to start with is from April 1991 and is actually related to what we were just talking about. So it's a Hans and Franz sketch, Hans and Franz, whatever you want to say, from season 16 of Saturday Night Live, specifically episode 18, which aired April 20th, 1991, and was hosted by a well-known funny man, Steven Seagal.
Nice.
And there's an Arnold-related story about this particular sketch, but let's check it out first.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, now I kind of want to watch his monologue. Look at that. He's got a guitar.
I don't think I've ever seen it, but I've only ever heard like it's
no, this
like
is like one of
famously
the worst.
horrible.
Yeah, this is like one of the worst episodes ever.
Yeah.
Because he's a huge d-bag and
he's a huge prick and like can't make fun of himself.
Exactly. Which, well, there's no way that's not going to come into play.
Yeah.
But man, I found this and it's like all the episodes for 1991.
Was that the famous Sinead O'Connor one?
I think there's only one of those, so probably.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another one.
Oh, you know what? I'm not even thinking of the famous one. I'm thinking of one that aired after that where they made fun of her for it.
Oh no, the famous one was where she
ripped up the picture of the Pope, but they did. I don't know if it was that same season or some later season, but they parodied her. They put her like
wasn't it like Joe Pesci or something like that?
Yeah, it was Joe Pesci.
Oh, Pesci.
That's right.
He's like, I don't believe in that. The Pope, he can do whatever he wants. See, that's how Pesci talks, right?
Yeah,
definitely.
Because I think she was going against abuse in the church. That was the whole reason behind it.
Yeah, it was something like that.
And pull out a picture of the Pope, and I can't remember what happened. Anyway,
she just tore it, and people were. It's so funny what people used to be scandalized by.
Yeah, definitely. Thank God that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, what we're going to watch is actually a shortened version of the sketch because it was the original sketch is almost 5 minutes long, and I am not going to put you guys through that. But yeah, the couple minutes we're going to watch is enough to get like the basic gist of it, and also so that the related story I have for afterwards actually makes sense.
Okay, cool.
But if anybody actually wants to watch the entire sketch, we can post the link in the episode description, so just find it there.
Yep.
Anyway, okay, so here's this. Yeah, that's my intro right there. Let's check it out.
All right, welcome. We're back. Once again, I'm on.
And I'm Franz, and we just want to pump
You up. All right. All right. The big news this summer is our cousin Arnold is coming out with a new blockbuster action movie. Doesn't surprise us. Yeah, that's right. Arnold's sure to beat out all the competition from these other second-rate action movie stars.
Yeah.
All right, it's a laugh to even compare them to Arnold. Look at me, Franz, I'm laughing. Yeah, we're laughing. What about this guy, Steven Seagal?
Yeah, hear me now and believe me later. Arnold could easily rip Steven Seagal's skinny little arms. Or he could use them as nanofloss.
That's right, unwaxed. Yeah. Mr. Seagal. Mr. Seagal, I didn't see you.
I couldn't help overhearing what you guys were saying,
Oh, well, you were so quiet, How long were you back there? We were just talking,
Yeah, that's just, tune the
Yeah.
Look, fellas, let's not confuse the issue here. I don't want to compare myself to these other stars. They're great and everything like that, but what I do is unique,
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's absolutely. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I got a point.
Yeah.
See, I follow Zen.
Oh, yeah, sure, we know them. Yeah, that's right. First we lift a barbell, then we lift another. Yeah, then another. Then another. Yeah, and then we are done. That's right.
I don't think you guys understand what I'm talking about. Maybe I could demonstrate. I like to hold my little finger out and let you guys push on it.
Oh. Okay, here we go. All right.
Okay.
Go. All right, push, Franz. I am pushing, Hans. But Steven's baby finger is too strong. It's a super baby finger. Oh, that's very good. I'm very impressed, Mr. Seagal. Maybe we misjudged you. Yeah, maybe you're not a girly man after all, Mr. Seagal. Yeah. All right. Thanks,
you guys around, just kind of remember the zen of things, all right?
That's right. All right. Thank you. That's good. Steven's pinky has taught us a great lesson today, Franz. Yeah.
Okay. So it ends up with Steven Seagal comes in, he gives him shit. It ends up with them daydreaming. That little like daydream noise or music was them daydreaming about like
maybe they changed the show and imitate Seagal instead of imitating Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that's why they were talking like this.
Like bad actors? Yeah.
Yeah. And them all dressed up. Like they basically look like Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2.
With ponytails.
Yeah, with black hair and ponytails.
God, they are trying so hard to like make that funny and insert jokes, and it's so clear that he was just like, I don't know. It just feels so clear that he came in and he was like again, wouldn't let them make fun of him really.
Yeah.
And then B, like, he inserted the Zen bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he just wants to talk about what he wants to talk about.
Right.
Someone that follows Zen, he sure seems like kind of a sourpuss.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Dana Carvey actually spoke about this when he was on the Howard Stern show in 2019, specifically about dealing with Steven Seagal and his problems with the sketch.
Oh.
So he told Howard Stern that the sketch originally made fun of Seagal a lot more than what we just saw.
That would make sense. Then it would be funny.
Yeah, like in a way, like basically in the same way that they do when they play those characters.
Yeah.
Like how his arms are so small and his buttocks is not firm, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, Dana Carvey says that they did the sketch at Read Through, which I can't remember exactly, but I think happens on like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Something like that,
I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday, but I'm not 100% on that. But do you guys know what Read Through is, correct?
Right.
Yeah, essentially.
Erica, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, is this the table read?
Yes, the table
gotcha.
read. So anyway, if you don't know, the week leading up to the live taping on Saturday is like nonstop working for the SNL, basically everyone there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like pitching ideas to the host, writing sketches, doing the table read, the read through on, I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday, but it might be Wednesday.
Yeah. It's got to be pretty early because it's like the first time the host is introduced to most of these sketches.
Exactly. Well, see, again, I've read the book too, and I think they go and they pitch the sketches, and they make sure that the sketch is okay with the host, and then they go and write them after that.
Yeah.
But I'm not positive on that either. Anyway, like rehearsals, dress rehearsal, and a bunch of other stuff that I'm sure, like I know it that I'm leaving out.
Yeah.
So the table read, the read through is basically just the cast members and the host sitting around a table and reading the pitched sketches to see how they play.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep.
And then from there, they pick which sketches actually end up making it on the live show. Or on the
at least make it to
dress rehearsal, which is the show before the live show, because they do 2 in a row.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think they cut some from there.
For sure. The dress rehearsal is always longer, and they always decide where to cut sketches or if they need to move sketches around or whatever. Basically, because I think especially in dress rehearsal, you need to figure out like when does all the set tear down and like the new sketch setup happen. All that stuff. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, Dana Carvey says that they did the table read with Steven Seagal the way it was originally written, because the host is at the table read, with them making fun of him a whole lot more. Yeah. And Seagal just doesn't really react to it. Like he reads it, but it's just like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the sketch ends up getting picked up to be on the show, and he says that they're rehearsing it on Thursday. So that's why I was like, it's got to be Tuesday.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, so yeah, it gets picked, and they're rehearsing it on Thursday before the show, and Seagal just like walks off in the middle of the rehearsal.
Jesus Christ.
So Dana Carvey says that he goes over to check on Steven Seagal and asks if he's okay. And Seagal's response was, I just wish Arnold was here so I could kick his fucking ass.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
And he says that he does this while he's like, so basically Dana Carvey says that he walks up to him and he's like, Steven Seagal doesn't even look at me. He's looking straight ahead and he says it. So he's just like looking off and pondering, like, I just wish he was like looking down, like, I just wish he was here so I could just kick his fucking ass. And it's just like
just fantasizing like a 9-year-old boy.
Exactly.
Good God.
Exactly. Which is what they bring up on Howard Stern's. So Dana Carvey says that he tries to explain to him that they weren't actually making fun of him, that the whole gag is that the two characters are just a couple of fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And that they worship Arnold.
Right.
But Howard Stern's like, he doesn't get it. He didn't get it. Nope. We had to rewrite the sketch.
Yeah.
So he wasn't happy about it. So they ended up rewriting the sketch so that it basically comes off as like the only person stronger than Arnold is Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Carvey then says that 6 months later, he ran into Arnold at a restaurant in Los Angeles and he tells him what happens. And that Steven Seagal wants to kick your ass. Like he was like talking about kicking your ass. Yeah, well, he's just like, I don't know. He's like Steven Seagal like talking about kicking your ass. And apparently Arnold just kind of like leaned back. He had an entourage. He was like sitting in a booth or something like that. He leaned back, he had stogie in his hand. He's like, is that a fact? Just like brushing it off, basically.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Exactly. Like you just like blew it off. I don't know. I just like how Arnold didn't even get like baited into it. He's like, no, okay, whatever, dude. Like,
yeah, that dude's like 80 Hollywood levels beneath me. Like, that dude probably can't get within 500 yards of him. Right? Like, are you kidding me?
Anyway, okay, moving on. And I'm not sure if I'm going to actually include this one, but it's interesting and it's actually for the movie. It's a 1993 interview that John McTiernan did with our good friend Bobby Wygant, who just always seems like such a sweetheart during her interviews. Like she always just seems like such a nice lady, which is definitely not going to come into play for this interview. Anyway, we're going to watch her reaction because the good thing about the Bobby Wygant interviews is that, the way the interviews are shot, they have a camera on the person they're interviewing and they have the camera on the interviewer. So the good thing about them is they play the first one, which is the one from the person being interviewed. And then afterwards, it's all her. Like the shots of like her, whatever. Anyway, so she's interviewing him and I'm assuming during their press junket that they're doing for the movie.
Yeah.
And she continues to like express her amazement at just how short the whole production process was, like from start to finish.
Oh, God.
She does it more than once. And I think we're going to catch like the last one. And his reaction kind of gives you it's like a irritation, but it's like a hint of just like a broken man.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds sad.
I mean, you would think so, but then we'll see.
So you had 9 months then for pre-production, for shooting, and for post-production. But even so, a film
and 2 weeks of that is to make prints. I actually had to be finished a week ago.
Yeah. It's just amazing to me that a film of this scope could be done in that time. Did you feel tremendous pressure, thinking, I can't do it in this length of time, or how did you react to it?
No, if I felt that, I wouldn't have taken it on. Making movies is a nearly antique production process. I mean, the last time anybody analyzed the damn thing, there was a hole in the front of an automobile to stick the crank in.
Sorry, I'm going to pause real fast. Just the look on her face the whole time is like, okay. And I can definitely get why, because he gives her a look like, are you going to say anything? Like, what was it?
Yeah.
Like,
but so here's the thing. I think she's trying to be sympathetic.
Yes.
And I think what she really wants is for him to talk shit about the studio.
Yes.
And he's not going to do that because he's fucking on a press tour for his movie that is being released by the studio and he'd like to work again.
Yes.
But I think what she's trying to do is like give him an out.
Yeah, so
he can't take.
Well, because at this point, like, she's nice enough not to mention that the movie's been shit on already a bunch by the press.
Yeah.
Because almost every interview, I can't remember if she does it, but almost every single interview with Arnold about this movie mentions that.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have been getting
a beating of the press.
Exactly. Yeah. Because like he was on there's a Today Show interview, which the first thing off the top is Bryant Gumbel mentioning like, you guys have really been like, and he just kind of brushes it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
And that's not hyperbole. I mean, the process was really fixed in the 1940s, and no one has really changed it or even analyzed it much since. So what we did was really the same sort of thing that, these Japanese just-in-time production and inventory control and that sort of stuff. We went through and we analyzed the process. Worked backwards from, okay, it's supposed to be in the theaters on such and such a day. It takes so many days to produce the prints. It'll take so many days to do this. We worked a schedule backwards, which told us how many days, what day we had to start shooting the movie. And that sounds cold and calculated.
It also sounds like he's kind of, sorry, I paused again. It also sounds like he's kind of waiting for her to like ask another question.
Yeah, he desperately wants her to move on. Like,
but she just let him talk.
Yeah. But like, he's clearly like, again, press junkets are fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
You have to do the same interview over and over again. You have to give different, like, you have to try and give unique answers, but you just can't because everybody's asking the same fucking questions. But also, we've talked about throughout this entire production process how he had a bad time on this movie. He had a really bad time. And she's sitting here confronting him about how terrible his time was on this movie.
I mean,
he clearly, no, I don't mean confronting him in a mean way, but like she's bringing it up. And making him focus on it. And he clearly is like, I don't want to talk about this. I hated this. Let's talk about something else. Can you ask me how nice Austin O'Brien is or some shit? Please, for the love of God. Can you ask me how fun it is to see things explode? Because Christ, I never want to think about this movie again.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay.
Cold and calculating, except this is an economic activity. It's a lot better to organize than it is to just sort of go in it and scratch your head and say, well, we'll try to work real fast and hurry. What we did is we collapsed the normal post-production time, which is normally 6 months or 26 weeks. And we reduced it to 10 weeks.
Wait for it.
Yes? What?
Yep.
That little head flick is really funny.
Just from the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when he was like, okay? Like, what was it? It's more of like a, are you going to say something?
Yeah. It's like
he
what
just
else
seems,
do you want?
Exactly. He just seems irritated. And like, she's sitting there kind of listening, but she looks like she's analyzing him too. Like, she's kind of like got that look like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Because that's,
I just feel like she's like, are you going to say anything meaningful about what you're talking about? Or are you just going to give me the driest description of how movies are made right now?
Okay.
It's just, it's just inconceivable to me that all of this was done in that span of time. Anyway, let's move on.
I can show you all of we had days worth of meetings and flow charts and industrial management consultants.
And okay, he got his out, but he did go back into it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of his fault because then she's like, all right, he wants to talk about it. Which is great because he probably does want to bitch about it.
That's what I'm saying though. I think she just is I think she's waiting for him to say anything of substance and he's like, you don't understand. If I let out anything of substance, I will murder everyone in this room. You don't understand. I'm going to blow up my entire career if you actually make me say things that I believe.
He's kind of being a dick about it. Like,
kind of.
But like, you can tell he's like just fucking over it.
Nothing he said was really funny. I laughed a lot during that, but that's because
it's awkward.
It's awkward?
It's because he's describing an entirely joyless process. Like the way he describes the movie, like he even says it sounds cold, but it doesn't just sound cold. It sounds like this movie drained his soul. It sounds like he doesn't want to make movies anymore.
Yeah.
He's just like, well, I guess this is what I do now.
It sounds like a guy that needs to take a year off to do the hay, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, that's John McTiernan's interview with Bobby Wygant.
That's John McTiernan's therapy session with Bobby Wygant.
Okay, so anyway, the next video is actually sort of a callback to our pre-watch episode, and it's a 1992 Entertainment Tonight segment covering Arnold's directorial debut film, Christmas in Connecticut, which was a TV movie, which I think we mentioned before, starring Diane Cannon and Chris Christopherson, that aired on TNT. And the segment's only like 2 minutes long because it's Entertainment Tonight, but it's long enough to give you a sense of Arnold's directing technique. For instance, there's a quick shot of Arnold in action, looking through the lens, the camera lens, while saying, "Okay, now kiss her." And I'm like, that's directing right there.
Yep.
So anyway, the specific part I want to show you guys takes place about a minute in. And it's when Diane Cannon and Chris Christopherson are talking about how it was working with Arnold the director.
Both Cannon and Christopherson have nothing but kudos for their director.
His instincts are really good, and when I disagree with him, I tell him. Or if I have another idea, I put it out there, and more than not, he'll say, let's go for it.
To get a sense of intimacy is going to be a real challenge in that thing, because we're bumping.
He'll come up and tell me directly what I'm doing wrong, and a lot of people are afraid to do that, but he'll just come up and say, "You're looking at Diane as if you want to take her in the woods and kill her."
You're fishing for something that you don't want to do.
Okay, that's it. And you know that really happened because the way Chris Christopherson laughs afterwards.
Absolutely.
Because it's like,
that is the funniest note I've ever gotten.
You're looking at Diane Cannon like you want to take her in the woods and kill her.
Yeah.
Like, you need to look at her like you love her. It's just like, he starts cracking up afterwards. It's like, honestly, he really said that.
He said that.
He really fucking said that. Sorry. That was, okay. That's the last one I got right there. So that's it for the clips and for the production stuff.
All right. Well, since that wraps up all the production and promotion and everything else, I think we'll be back next episode and starting the summary. So you can join us next time. Thanks again, Erica, for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
And I guess there's really just one thing left to say, which is, Joe, we miss you. and we hope you finish the game very soon.
As he falls through the roof right now.
Shit, I forgot the giant airbag.
Splat.
See you at the party, Richter.
If you enjoy our show, please consider giving us a positive review on Apple Podcasts or your podcast app of choice. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Potty Richter to make sure you never miss an episode. See You at the Potty Richter is a production of Tape Deck Media. Follow Tape Deck on Instagram at TapeDeck_media or look us up on Facebook for more hilarious podcasts.
This has been a Tape Deck Media production. Thank you for listening.